Shut up and sit down.
Hello guys, this is Andy from Big Mix Paint Studio and Workshop, and I probably got that wrong again, but I don't care. So today I'm doing something a little bit different. I'm doing a technique what I watched on TV the other day, which is called ghost flame. You see it a lot on hot rods and the custom bike sort of groups. It's not really something you see in this sort of idea. And basically, what it is, it's a transparent pattern underneath the layers of your paintwork. So I've just used a base of dark green, and now I'm just practicing the actual flame itself. As I did with the freehand videos, it's always handy to just get a piece of paper and just to practice drawing what you're actually trying to do before you actually go out and paint it somewhere. So anyway, I'm doing a graffiti style flame pattern using teardrops and sort of reverse cuts and such. I then drew the same pattern on the piece of plastic what I'm actually painting, which is just a bit off a blister pack. Now you can barely see it, that's just the way it reflects the light. So what I'm doing is I'm going around the pencil drawing with a very thin down off-white paint, just to get the outline in right, and then I'm going to go over it again with white, just to really get that outline to stand out, make it and it will really show nicely through the top layer, as you'll see in a bit. Once this has been done, I then start to pick out the outline once again with a brighter paint, and I start to fill in the inside, the upper regions, just to give it as if it's like the living flame sort of colours itself anyway. As you notice, I'm only doing real thin paint, gentle layers, as you should imagine. And then I'm going to start to colour it in, thickening out that look. But it's not a solid, sort of colouring in. I'm using the different colours, so you get a really interesting effect when the top layer is put over the top. It just adds to the look of the piece. Now I will say, this is a complete experiment for me. This was the first time I ever did anything like this, so it was quite interesting to do this and catch it on camera at the same time. So as you can see, it's a very thin layer of paint. Now I've drawn a line up the centre of it, as you can see, and that's because I'm going to do the second half with the airbrush, just so you can show the difference and show how much faster it is. But basically, it's just thin glazed layers, cross-hatched along it to keep the paint of even thicknesses in all places. And you just bring that them layers up nice and slow. It takes a while because obviously you're using really thin paints, but it is worth it. As you can see, the effect is starting to build up now. And this is actually an interesting thing. As it turns out, we're doing a few videos with this technique in future videos, so you'll be able to see it on models itself as well. Friday. On this Friday actually. And here we are with the airbrush. Now, anyone who's using airbrush knows that it can be a little bit temperamental, so it's spattering and it's also coming out a bit heavier than what I wanted. And the cool thing about this technique though is there's no right or wrong way of doing it. As long as you're happy with the effect it gives, that's all that matters. Now some people like to see the ghost flame really show through like it does on the left hand picture, whereas with the airbrush I go over a lot heavier to a very sort of muted, almost invisible patterning, which is how other people like it. When you actually see it under the light, it's very, very faint, but it is still there, and it gives you a really interesting sort of effect under the top layers of the paint. But as I've showed you, you can do it either way, either by hand or with the airbrush, depending which is your preference, and can really get in some interesting looking designs on there. You don't have to use flames, people use skulls, or anything else, what you feel the urge to try. So give it a whirl, see what you think, and I'll catch you in the next one, guys. If you like what you see and you want to see more of this, please hit like, please hit subscribe, and share with your friends. Because the more support we get, the better for us. Thank you very much, guys, and we'll see you soon.